let's get started. I have a few new products here. I have a new foundation from Neutrogena. It's their Hydroboost Hydrating Tint with hyaluronic acid, and it claims to moisturize, and plump for 24 hours. And I have a new primer from Smashbox. It's their Photo Finish Iconic Primer Stick. And I bought a new eyeshadow palette. I know I have so many eyeshadow palettes, but I bought this one for this shade right here. This is a pretty like minty green. I also bought a Buxom shadow, but I think I'm going to probably be returning that and keeping this palette. We're going to see. I'm going to be using this palette in today's look. Alright, so let's get started with the primer. Of course, I've already moisturized, and you guys know my Ride or Die primer is my Dr. Brandt's Pores No More, so we're going to see how this holds up. I am going to blot my nose to get some of that excess moisturizer off my skin, just so we give this primer a fair shot. It's supposed to blur out imperfections, I think. Yeah, it creates a smooth, even canvas, keeps you flawless on the go, and makes makeup look and wear better. And it blurs pores and imperfections while eliminating shine for 12 hours. So I'm going to put this in basically my T-zone, because that's where I do tend to get oily, even though I have dry skin. Alright, so I have my primer on, and I don't know. I mean, it feels nice. It feels kind of slippy. It doesn't really, I don't think it really blurred anything though. But I don't really have a lot of imperfections on my skin, so maybe I'm not the right candidate for this, but we're going to see how it covers my nose pores. That's what we're going to see. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with this foundation. And it comes in a doe foot applicator like this. Now, I'm not sure if this is my color. Yeah, we'll work with it. It's a little light, but I can always bronze it up and shake it. And I got this free from ULTA. They had like a special going on or whatever, where you type in a code and you get like a free foundation. So that's how I got this. And this applicator reminds me of the Clinique foundation. I've never used the Clinique foundation, but I have seen reviews on it, and that's what this reminds me of. Sorry if you can hear my phone. And I'm just going to blend it in around the outer perimeter of my face. And this is very pink, I'm noticing. Very pink. So I zoomed you guys in, and hopefully you can see what my skin looks like. This looks like trash. It is not going, like, it's literally like just sitting on top of my skin. You guys can see that? Maybe it's the sponge. Maybe this doesn't work well with the Scylla sponge, so I'm going to switch to a brush, but right now this looks like shit. So I'm going to use my Morphe M439 brush. See if I can buff this out. This has like little to no coverage, which I guess, you know, it does say it's a tint, so I guess that means it's like a tinted moisturizer. But if you are looking for some sort of coverage with this, you are not going to get it. And I do feel like it oxidized a little bit on my skin, which is fine because it was too light anyway. So I'm going to apply some more and see if maybe I can build this up. You see that? It's like barely there coverage. I'm just gonna see if I can get some coverage on the middle of my face at least. I'm not going for like a lot of coverage today, but I do want something. think that's about as good as we're gonna get. Alright, for concealer, I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Creamy Beige. This is one of the newer ones that I have purchased. Hopefully this is the right shade. Oh, yeah, oh good. This has more of a yellow undertone, while the one I usually use, which is natural, has more of a pink undertone, so that's why I purchased this one. Alright, now I'm going to go in and cream bronze. I'm not really going to contour. So this is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Chestnut. And I'm just going to use my brush for the rest of this. I'm going to go back in with the shade Creamy Beige to clean this up right here. Next, I'm going to contour my nose using my Lancome dual-ended stick. And if you don't have this, a great dupe is the Hard Candy Highlight and Contour Stick. So I'm going to set underneath my eyes and the center of my nose, but first I'm going to add my eye primer, and this is the little eye primer that came with the eyeshadow palette that I bought. And this is just their eyeshadow base. Now usually I use concealers for my eyeshadows, but you know, try something new, whatever. And that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to use my finger to apply this. And then I'm going to powder it when I powder my under eye. Doesn't really do much. It's not very drying. It kind of feels slippy. So I don't know how that's going to work with eyeshadow, but I guess when we set it, we'll see. The palette I'm going to be using is this Lorac Unzipped palette, the Ocean Sunset Edition. Now, I have to say, this packaging is crap. Like, it's just, you know, cardboard, flimsy cardboard. I mean, it's pretty, but you can bend this cardboard. So, you know, let's just hope that the shadows are good. I mean, they swatched really well in the store, so let's just see. So next I'm going to go in with this shade Horizon right here. And I'm going to use that as my crease shade. And I'm just going to put that lightly in my crease. And this doesn't come with a mirror, as you can see, so that's another... And I will leave up here on the screen how much this palette costs. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Bedrock right here. And just apply this slightly. Ooh, that was a lot of kick up. You guys see? That was a lot. Ooh. See how pigmented it is, though. I mean, it's okay. It's not like the best pigmentation ever. And it's not really blending very well. Next shade I'm going to use is High Tide right here. That's like a mauve-y shade. And I'm going to place that on the outer corner of my eye and bring it up into my crease slightly. Just a little bit. Well, this is pigmented. You guys see that? I need to use a different brush. Ooh, that's a lot of pigment. Okay. I'm going to go in with a clean blending brush and blend this out. That was a lot. For my brow bone highlight, I'm going in with the shade Mother of Pearl right here. It's not very pigmented, is it? And then for my lid, I'm going to use this shade called Saltwater right here. And this shade is the whole reason I bought this palette. So I'm going to put some on my brush and then spray it with some of my primer water. Oh yeah, right there. Yes. Yeah. This is not super pigmented, but I'm going to build it up and see what happens. Yeah, right there. So I have on my liner and mascara, and I decided not to use that Lancome Hypnose Drama because my eyes are watering so bad today. So I went with my trusty Maybelline Lash Sensational in, it's a full fan effect and it's in waterproof. So that way nothing's going nowhere. And I should have used waterproof liner because my eye watered and it got on my lid, but we gonna work with it. To brighten up my inner corner just a little bit, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild palette, and I'm going to use the shade Lucky Clover, which is this pretty green right there. Next, for the bottom lash line, I'm going to go back in with that shade Bedrock and place it on the outer corner of my eye. Actually, I'm going to bring that all the way in, but really lightly. Alright, so let me give you my thoughts on this palette. Save your money. The shades are nice and everything, but they are dupable. The whole reason I purchased this palette, like I said, was for this saltwater shade right here, but that's not very pigmented at all, so I'm just going to probably look for a single shadow, maybe from Anastasia Beverly Hills, or like Buxom, or maybe even NYX, you know, because that's the whole reason I bought this palette. But I mean, the colors are nice, but I used 5 of them. Mother of Pearl, there is no pigment to this at all. Like, I tried to use it as a eyebrow or as a brow bone highlight, and I'm gonna have to go over it with some highlighter because it's just, it don't look good. Bedrock has a lot of fallout, and I'm okay with fallout as long as the shadow has pigment. This has no pigment. So that's a no-go. High Tide and Horizon, they were nice. I mean, they were nice, but I can find that in my Jaclyn Hill palette, so this is definitely going to be going back. Okay guys, so this is the final look. And I'm going to give you my overall thoughts on some of the products that I used today. So for this Neutrogena Hydroboost Hydrating Tint, I mean, I'm all about hyaluronic acid, but I've had better makeup days than this. I don't feel like this smooths out the skin at all. I mean, it definitely hydrates. It definitely does that. But, I mean, I think it overhydrates a little bit because it just sits on the skin. It doesn't, like, melt into your skin, which is what majority of my other foundations do, my ride or dies, you know. So if I had purchased this, because I got this, you know, using a code at Ulta, so it was free, but if I had purchased it, I'd be, you know, taking it back because I feel like it's one of those foundations that are not going to work all the time, every time, and who wants to be worried about their foundation not looking good after they put it on. So the color is nice. It's pink based, but you know, you can correct that using a yellow concealer, which I'm going to show you next. But overall, this was a no-go. LA Girl Pro Conceal in Creamy Beige. I love LA Girl Pro Concealers, that's why I have so many of them. And this is my perfect highlighting shade. I was using the shade Natural, but that's got more of a pink undertone. And this has more of a yellow. And I run neutral, but I think I look better with more yellow undertone. I think I look better with yellow undertones more than like makeup with pink undertones. So this is great. And then I think using a yellow concealer on top of a pink foundation, maybe something that's a little bit too pink for you, I think it will definitely even it out, because the Smashbox Photo Finish primer stick, we'll see. I'm going to use it again. The foundation did come off my nose when I was powdering it, and I'm not sure if it's because of this foundation or the primer. So I'm going to use this with some of my better foundations like my Lancome Tint Dull or my Wet n Wild, and I'm going to see how this plays out. So I am going to be keeping this. I'm not going to bother showing you the eyeshadow palette again. I already have it back in my Ulta bag because I'm about to go take it back. Don't waste your money. I mean, the colors are really pretty, but you can dupe them and the payoff just is not there. Especially that Bedrock shade. It's really powdery, but there's no payoff. So I mean, I got the eyes looking nice, but once again, not my best, not the best eyeshadows in the world. Okay guys, if you like this video, then please give me a big thumbs up and press the subscribe button down in the description box so you don't miss any more content from me. And if you're curious how I keep my leave out blended into my extensions, I use two products. One of them is the Cream of Nature with Argan Oil Perfect Edges, and I put this on the tips of my leave out to, you know, straighten it out. I do use a straightener, you know, to straighten out my hair because I have naturally curly hair. But I use this on the ends after I've straightened it to keep them straight. And then I also purchased this TIGI Bedhead hair wax. That's basically what it is. And I just put this on the entire strand of my hair, and that just keeps it straight and frizz free. But I make sure to put this on the ends first because this has the argan oil in it, and it won't dry out your ends like this will. So that's how I get my leave out to blend so well. Anyway guys, I hope to see you in the next video.